I want you to picture something for a second. Right now, there is a cable resting at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean. It's about as thick as a garden hose. Inside it, there's a strand of glass narrower than a human hair. And right this moment, as I'm speaking to you, pulses of infrared light are racing through that glass at over 200,000 kilometers per second. That single thread is carrying video calls, bank transfers, a Netflix stream someone on the other side of the planet just pressed play on. All of it, in light, underwater. Nobody talks about this. We say the cloud and imagine data floating around in the atmosphere. We see Wi-Fi icons and assume the internet is wireless. But 95% of international traffic doesn't go up to satellites. It goes down, into the ocean. 1.4 million kilometers of cable, resting in the deepest, darkest, quietest places on Earth. This is the physical backbone of everything you know. To understand how it works, you have to realize that it wasn't supposed to be this way. It started back in the 1850s, when a guy named Cyrus Field decided 10 days was too long to wait for mail to cross the Atlantic. That was the delay back then. You'd write a letter, wait for a ship, hope for good weather, and pray it arrived before the news inside became ancient history. Field wasn't an engineer. He was a paper salesman. But he was obsessed with the idea that the ocean was just an information wall waiting to be knocked down. He tried it, failed, went broke, tried again, failed again, and finally, in 1866, he got a cable to stay alive. That first connection proved something that we still rely on today. If you can connect the ends, the ocean stops being a barrier. But how do you actually make a strand of glass work over thousands of miles? Think about a standard glass window. You can see through it, right? But if you take a thick block of glass and look through the side, it's green and murky. Light struggles to get through. If you tried to send a light pulse through a transatlantic-sized piece of standard glass, it would vanish into nothingness within a few meters. The fiber optic cables we use today are different. They are made of fused silica so pure that, if you made the entire Atlantic Ocean out of this material, you could see straight to the bottom. It is a miracle of manufacturing. But purity isn't enough. You also need to keep the light inside the cable. Think of it like this. Imagine a long, narrow hallway where every single wall is a perfect, flawless mirror. If you stand at one end and shine a laser down that hallway, the light doesn't just travel in a straight line. It hits the walls, bounces, and keeps traveling. That is exactly how a fiber optic cable works. It has two layers, an inner core of glass and an outer layer called the cladding. The cladding has a different chemical makeup, which acts just like those mirrors. As long as you aim your laser into the core at a shallow enough angle, the light doesn't pass through the wall. It hits the cladding and bounces right back into the center. It ricochets from one end to the other for thousands of miles. As long as that angle is perfect, the light is trapped in an inescapable tunnel. So, you've got your laser light bouncing through a hallway of mirrors. Everything is fine, but nothing is perfect. Even the purest glass eventually causes the light to fade. It's like a whisper. After about 100 kilometers, your signal is still there, but it's so faint the computer at the other end can't hear it. In the old days, we had to stop the light, convert it into an electrical signal, clean it up, and fire it out again. That was a disaster. It was slow, it was expensive, and it locked you into a specific speed. You couldn't upgrade the cable without replacing every single unit on the seafloor. Today, we use something much cleverer. I call it the shouting helper. Imagine you are shouting a message across a massive, empty field. Your friend is miles away. You get tired halfway through and start whispering. So, we place a helper in the middle of the field. They hear your whisper, and they don't replace your voice. They just give it a massive boost so it sounds like you're shouting again. That's what a repeater does on the ocean floor. It's a sealed unit spliced directly into the cable. Inside, there's a short section of fiber infused with a rare earth element called erbium. When we hit that erbium with energy from a pump laser, it gets excited. When your weak signal light passes through it, the erbium gives up that energy, pushing your signal forward, making it loud and clear again. It doesn't turn the light into electricity. It doesn't read the data. It doesn't care if you're sending a video call or a bank transfer. It just takes the light, boosts it, and sends it on its way. It's a purely optical handshake. And here's the weird part, the part that always makes me stop and think. Those repeaters are sitting miles down, in the crushing dark, for 25 years. They have no moving parts. They never get touched, but they need energy. You can't run an extension cord from the beach, right? So we use a massive battery station sitting on the coastline. It pushes 15,000 volts of direct current, DC, through a special copper wire that runs inside the cable, right next to the glass. It's basically a giant power cable strapped to a massive fiber optic cable. The power station on the beach pushes the electricity, and the repeaters tap a tiny bit off the top to keep their lasers running. If that power feed fails, the whole thing goes dark in milliseconds. The cable becomes a 10,000-kilometer piece of useless jewelry. And despite all this, despite being miles down, in high pressure, freezing dark, cables break. It happens about once every 3 days. A ship's anchor drags, an undersea mudslide moves, or, famously, sharks get curious and take a bite. When that happens, the internet doesn't just stop. It reroutes. It flows through other cables, down other paths. You don't even notice. A repair ship sails out, finds the break, grapples the cable up, splices in a new section, and drops it back down. It's the most extreme version of fixing a broken wire behind the TV you can imagine. About 450 of these systems span the world. And the interesting thing is, where telecom companies used to own them, today it's Google, Meta, Amazon, and Microsoft. They aren't just customers of the internet anymore. They are the ones laying the physical floor it rests on. Cyrus Field, back in 1866, was betting his entire fortune that he could connect 2 continents with a copper wire. Today, the world is woven together by light. It's sitting there, right now, silently moving everything we know, from a strand of glass thinner than a hair to the screen in your hand. And every second, without you ever thinking about it, it works. Thank you for watching. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you found this interesting. And tell me in the comments, what piece of tech do you want explained next?